ALSS News, welcome back. Today we've got a lot to cover. A wave of force feedback gear has been announced at Flight Sim Expo 2024. WinWing released their airliner stick. The Thing will get a remaster. We have a trailer and a release date for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 and lots of news beyond all that. Thanks for stopping by. Let's go. Moza Racing announced a complete HOTAS package, including pedals, a 9 Nm fanless force feedback base, a grip, and a throttle. The base is, I quote, compatible with third-party grips, and will support games like FS2020, DCS, War Thunder, IL2, and X-Plane. It's kinda unusual that someone enters the market with a full set. Judging from the pictures, it makes a promising impression though, and I'm quite curious how it will perform. Let's continue. WinWing chimed in and presented their new force feedback base as well. It's called the Cyber Taurus. They've also presented a bunch of new input devices, one lineup for the A320 and another one for the 737, which is good news for many airliner sim pilots out there. WinWing won't stop here though and launched the Ursa Minor airline joystick. It's an affordable solution available as a left or right hand model. For the purists out there, the 5-way hat is hidden under a magnetic cover. The base uses the same internals as the other Ursa Minor models, which means it features a pincer gimbal with contactless sensors. The F-18 grip also received an upgrade in the form of a vibration motor. Virpil showed off some new products too. The Expert Series FLANKR grip, for example, as their new flagship. It's a full metal grip with a lot of seemingly well thought out input options. Then there's the evolved version of the CM3 throttle, which is called the VMAX Prime. On the more affordable side of the spectrum sits the CDT Aeromax flight stick. It looks a bit like a more advanced version of the VKB Gladiator. Its base doesn't build as high as the Warbird, but still houses a metal gimbal. And last but not least, there were some hints about force feedback products from Virpil. Nothing specific was announced though. As a side note, the Virpil summer sale is running at the moment, giving you a 10% discount. And before I forget, Simnautica joins the announcement parade with another force feedback stick and cyclic base called the Eagle. It delivers a force of 7 Nm or 10 with the upgrade kit. It's been developed in cooperation with FF Beast, so the internals should be on point. On the opposite side of the realism spectrum sits Cleared Hot, another new helicopter game following in the footsteps of Desert Strike and Jungle Strike. According to the devs, it's a nostalgic helicopter shooter with satisfying physics and light tactical elements. Link in the description if you want to wishlist it. Next up is the CLS-60 Yoke. Russ Barlow uploaded an interesting review of the new force feedback yoke. It seems to perform surprisingly good and is comparably affordable, starting at $799. It features 60 Newton of pitch force, a trim switch, 3 buttons and one 8-direction head. The software seems to be a bit rough around the edges, but they're working on it. Link to the video in the description. I guess most of you already know, so I keep this one short. FS 2024 has an official release date and a trailer. It will launch at November 19th, 2024. We'll probably get to see some massive improvements, including ray tracing, procedural ground material mapping, wake turbulences, and tons of other stuff. Also freshly released is some footage of the Mighty 8 VR by Microprose. The game puts you in the shoes of the crew of a B-17 flying fortress over Europe. It'll be playable with up to 9 players in VR. Your job is to fly missions and bring the plane back home safely. Imagine it like Bomber Crew, just in real time and more simulation focused. And while we're at it, the next installation of the IL2 series will be set during the Korean War. We'll get some early jet combat combined with the last propeller aircraft from World War II. Aircraft from at least USA, North Korea, USSR and China will be involved, like the MiG-15, the F-86 and the F-51D. The title already is quite advanced in its overall development. Assets and maps are mostly complete, for example. There will also be functional radars, the ability to walk around on the ground, and a heavily advanced game engine in general. In the space department of Air Land Sea Space are two important pieces of news I'd like to share with you. The first one is the release of Timelines, the latest X4 Foundations DLC. It puts more focus on the storyline than on additions to the open universe. Still, together with the update to version 7.0 of the main game, 14 new sectors and a bunch of ships are added. Reviews are mixed so far, what didn't surprise me though, since already, while testing the pre-release version, I got the impression player expectations were quite different from what was ultimately delivered. For a more thorough analysis of the DLC and the mixed reviews, I propose to watch my review here on this channel. Link, as always, in the description. What really made me happy as a fan of the initial release was the trailer for The Thing Remastered. The revival experts from Nightdive Studios will bring back the 2002 survival horror game. The new release will feature resolutions up to 4K, dynamic lighting, new textures, a better interface and many other improvements. Sounds good to me. The combat pilot team also showed off some new images of the Wildcat and A0. The simulation seems to develop at an impressive pace and the detailing of the planes looks gorgeous. I'm more than excited to return to the Pacific, especially with all the new force feedback gear flooding the market right now. And last but not least, just to let you know, the DCS, Orbex and IL2 summer sales are running at the moment. Maybe some stuff you always wanted to get is on sale right now. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Air Land Sea Space news. If you're searching for an affordable flight stick, check out my WinWing Ursa Minor review here. Thanks for watching, fly safe, and see you soon.